What is going on, you guys? This is going to be another 10 free addresses. That is right. Man, I feel like I really need to start giving out shittier addresses because at the pace, at the pace I've been giving out these really good ones, I'm going to run out of content to make as far as for these addresses. Okay, so let's get going. I kind of got a little bit outside of the box on a couple of these, but I think it's addresses or autographs that a lot of people would still like. So first is John Stenerud, the freaking NFL Hall of Famer kicker. He played for the Chiefs, the Packers, and then, believe it or not, the Vikings. He played, I think it was 1 year with the Vikings. Awesome TTMer. From what I've seen in the past, you can typically get 2 of 2 from him. Sometimes he personalizes, sometimes he doesn't. And then, like a lot of these guys, if you throw him a $10 or a $20 bill, don't be cheap. If you throw him a $10 or $20 bill, he'll typically won't personalize it, and then we'll add his Hall of Fame inscription. So that's a good one. Next is Rollie Fingers, Major League Baseball Hall of Famer, the guy with the stash. $8 per card. So that's really good deal. So $16 you can get 2 cards. It doesn't matter if it's a Panini special with no freaking logos or his rookie card. So a lot of value there. And actually with his price, I don't know all the prices, but a ball's a different price than a card and so on and so forth. Next, Ed Too Tall Jones, definitely a Dallas Cowboys legend. A lot of people like America's team. So I think that was an address that a lot of people would like. He's really good TTMer, and some say, I don't believe it, but some say that he'll get in on like a veterans committee in the Hall of Fame in the future. Moving on, Bucky Dent, another fan favorite. We're talking about baseball now. Bucky Dent, a hell of a ball player, and I actually didn't know that he signed TTM until I started doing the research for this particular video, and I noticed within the past 2 weeks there was about 15 to 16, somewhere around there, successes. So I wouldn't wait too long because it might just be a phase. But yeah, get why the getting's good. Here's one of the ones that I said was outside of the box, Jim Davis. Okay, and a lot of y'all are probably like, who in the hell is Jim Davis? That's the artist or the illustrator for Garfield. If you ever see like Garfield pictures or books or anything, that almost cartoon signature in the bottom right corner, it says Jim Davis. That's exactly how he signs his fan mail too. I mean, he's really good. He's like really consistent about signing his fan mail. I don't have anything of Jim Davis's autograph in my collection, but it's definitely something I am consider getting. The older I get, I'm pretty much only want cards, so I need to find like a Garfield card that I could send to him, and I know they're out there. Next, moving on to Auto Sports. The next 3 are Auto Sports Hall of Famers. Mario Andretti, so Formula One racing, like the Babe Ruth, the Michael Jordan, the Wayne Gretzky, Formula One racing, Mario Andretti. Another guy that's one hell of a signer. I got him multiple times back in the day, 2 of 2 each time. I've seen people do 3 of 3. You know, I'm not your dad. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I just say try to stay away from being greedy and doing 4 and 4 or 5 and 5. I think that's a bit excessive unless you're paying money. John Force, drag racing, same thing. Like Mario Andretti, John Force, Richard Petty. These guys are like the Mount Rushmore of auto sport racing. Icons, legends. I don't think anyone, actually I know, no one has more drag racing championships than John Force. So kind of another one that's kind of outside of the box a little bit, but definitely someone worth sending to. My last auto sport is Matt Kenseth. He's a Daytona 500 winner way back in the day, I believe. I know he won the Winston Cup. You know, I almost said Piston Cup, like from Cars the movie. He won the Winston Cup, which is like their Championship Series. I believe he was the last one to win the Winston Cup before it moved on to, it's a different sponsor, like the Sprint Cup or something like that. And I could be way wrong. It's not like my NASCAR knowledge is exactly up to speed, but I believe that's true. Next is two wrestling guys. I had some people ask me, hey, do you have any wrestling people? Here you go, and here's two of it. And before I get to that, if you have any requests, I don't want individual requests, like send me Abraham Lincoln's address, okay, or send me Michael Jordan's address. First, I'm not going to send you anything. I'm just going to put it in a video. But give me like ideas, astronauts, World War II heroes, freaking all-star game guys, MVPs, something along those lines, and I'll see what I can do. I definitely don't mind doing that, but this is for the entire community. I just don't want to send one guy a bunch of different stuff. So, Kurt Angle. I could be wrong, but I believe he is in the WWF Hall of Fame, which sounds a little weird because I think he just retired not too long ago. If he's not in the Hall of Fame, he will be, but I could have swore I seen something on Facebook the other day that said he was in the Hall of Fame. Whatever. One hell of a freaking wrestler. He's an Olympian. He did really win a gold medal in real life in the Olympics. So if you PC Olympic stuff, that would be cool. If you PC wrestling, that's cool as well. And then last, this was one of my favorite wrestlers for a while as a kid, and then he kind of turned into like a D-head. That was his gimmick, was kind of a D-head. And then I found out as I got older that wasn't just a gimmick. Like, he was really, really bitter at the end of his career, and he didn't exactly go out on favorable terms. But that's Bret the Hitman Hart. Really freaking cool. Remember, he'd come out with that screeching music, and he had his like blue blockers on. They weren't blue blockers. They were like, I don't know. They were the cheapest glasses that you could freaking think of. They were not even hard framed. So that address is in Canada. So you're going to have to do a little bit of research and maybe go over to the Autograph Network. Michael just did a video on how to do international. And see if you can get Bret the Hitman Hart. I've seen people getting 2 of 2 and 3 of 3. The only guy that I know that did 3 of 3 did send him a $20 bill, but I've seen people do 2 of 2 all day and they get their stuff back. So that is that. A real quick recap. John Stenerud, NFL Hall of Famer. Rollie Fingers, Major League Baseball Hall of Famer. Ed Too Tall Jones, hell of a popular Dallas Cowboys legend for sure. Bucky Dent, I'd say definitely like a Yankees legend. Jim Davis, it's Garfield, man. Like, how iconic is that? Mario Andretti, Formula One icon. John Force, drag racing icon. Matt Kenseth, I believe he will probably be a NASCAR Hall of Famer sometime down the road. Kurt Angle, and Bret the Hitman Hart. So that's a 10-pack for you. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Till next time, adios, be safe, bye-bye. Doodles.